I am coming at you guys with more Thanksgiving content, and today I am sharing with you my iconic, delicious, and gorgeous pumpkin pie recipe. Pumpkin pie is pumpkin pie. There are few staple ingredients, so get the highest quality that you can and let's get started. Okay, so the first and most important ingredient in this recipe is love. You must make this pie with love. If you make it with frustration or stress or that fight with your boyfriend or your parents are pissing you off, it is not going to come out good. So I am going to play some Zen meditation music in the background of this video to tap into your psyche so that your pie can come out good. So for this crust, I am using the same gluten-free tart crust from my pecan pie recipe. I know that I keep saying pies, even though technically these are tarts. I know that they are technically tarts, but I'm calling it a pie. I basically never use pie dough because it just doesn't impress me. It's bland, it just tastes like flour. Tart dough is buttery, it's crisp, it stays crisp for a few days, has hints of salt, and if you're using my recipe, which you should be, it's nutty, and that sounds way better than bland pie dough. Am I beefing with the internet? I'm sorry, don't come for me, please. So once you've made your pie crust, you can line your tart ring or your pie pan with the crust, and let's move on to the pumpkin pie filling. We are going to place 2 eggs and 1 yolk in a bowl and mix it with a 1/3 cup of light brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of white sugar. Then we are going to add in 1/2 can of sweetened condensed milk. I will convert the recipe into grams in the description bar below. Followed by a 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree. And when I say pumpkin puree, I mean Libby's canned pumpkin. I know that I say this in basically every pumpkin recipe that I've ever made, but Libby's is really the best. It has the best consistency, the highest quality, and it is full of pumpkin flavor. In a separate bowl, we are going to combine 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, and a 1/4 teaspoon of clove. Mix that all together and place that into the bowl. And lastly, we are going to add in 1/2 can of evaporated milk and a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. And our pumpkin pie filling is done. We are going to pour this filling into our crust and then bake it at 325 for about 25 to 35 minutes. You'll know that it's done when the center is set and the edges of the tart crust are golden brown. Of course, you can totally stop here and enjoy this as it is, but it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't overcomplicate everything. So we are going to be adding a simple whipped cream. This is just 3/4 cup of heavy cream, 3 teaspoons of confection sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then whip that to a medium peak. Then I'm going to transfer the whipped cream into a piping bag fitted with a Saint Honoré tip. And then begin to pipe a border around the pie. I am lightly dusting the edges with vanilla bean powder. I've explained how I make this vanilla bean powder in the past, but if you are new here, the way that I make this is whenever I've scraped a vanilla bean pod, I just save the pod in a Ziploc bag, and when I have enough, I dehydrate it in the oven for a few hours. Once they're really nice and crispy, I process them in a food processor until I get this really lovely dust. Vanilla beans are so valuable, and the pods still have so much flavor to give, and I love using this as either a flavor enhancement or a decoration like I am using it here today. I am placing one of the dried vanilla bean pods off center, and we are all ready to dig in. That is it for another recipe. Let's dig in. So good. It is full of pumpkin flavor. It is spiced correctly. The tart crust is nutty, has a beautiful texture to it. The whipped cream just helps to lighten it a bit. This is a perfect dessert. So if you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe and comment down below some recipes you guys want to see in the future, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.